Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentleman podcast for Monday. Nope, we're Tuesday, October
Tuesday now.
4th. I'm your host, Scott Labrie, and joined alongside me, we have Uncle Teabag, Tyler Sunt,
Hello.
and All Day Eric DeShane.
Hello.
How's it going today, guys?
Good.
We got
Good.
Tyler back.
We got Tyler back.
Yay.
Yeah.
He's back in the house.
Back home. For
Still
who knows how
alive.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. First off, apologies that we're a day late. This was supposed to come up Monday, but I was in Edmonton watching the basketball game Sunday. Got home a little late and was very tired. And ended up staying home today because I was still tired, and I probably would have messaged or put on a sorry we're no podcast today on the Facebook, but I ended up sleeping for like 4 straight hours today.
Holy shit.
There you go.
Tired boy.
Unplanned. It was sleeping on the couch. Just woke up. I'm like, holy shit! It's 6 o'clock. What the heck happened?
Right.
So
Blinking. Oh shit. Yeah.
but we're here. Typically it's Ask Us Anything today. We got a few questions, so we'll go through those, and then we'll talk a little bit about our weekend because we're gonna have a little time after that, and it's kind of like what everybody wants to hear about, anyways. I think. So,
Sure.
Right.
First one here is from Cameron. He says, "Spooky season is here. What horror movie did you see at way too young of an age that stuck with you?" See, I normally stayed away from like horror movies, and the one that like first comes up to mind was watching probably like Devil's Rejects at like 12 on like.
Whoa.
Yeah. That one.
I think I told Eric the story on the podcast last week, but yeah, I was like scrolling through the channel guide at 12 years old, and I saw the nudity tag, and I was like, hey, check this out.
But it's not the good kind.
No, it's not the good kind
at
at all.
It's the flesh ripping kind of nudity. Oh shit, he's really naked.
It's pretty rapey, and
Very much.
and then I saw like a dude's face that was like, they're like, hey, look, your husband's face, and they're like holding it up like a mask, and I was like, well, that's the end of that. I'm not watching that anymore. That's too fucked up for me.
Yep.
One movie for me that wasn't really marketed as a horror movie, but for me watching it at like 4 or 5 terrified the fuck out of me was Gremlins. Yeah, that one movie that had a PG rated. It was a PG rated movie. Like it was before PG-13 was ever existed in 1984. I remember watching it one time with my siblings, and they were way older than me, but they rented it or something and watching it, and I'm like, it was fucking terrifying at that age, because it's those little freaky puppets, man. You don't know what the hell you're watching. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's watching it now, an adult, like, why would you even be afraid? But when you're 5 years old, still trying to comprehend things, that terrifies you.
Yeah.
A lot.
You don't know the difference between real and fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Still trying to figure
yeah.
it out. Yeah. Yeah. So that was one for me for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember one of the very first ones. The one that really jumps into my mind is Friday the 13th, Part 3, the 3D one. Watched it. We were visiting my dad. He was working in Leduc, and there was a scene that was that stuck with me for like ever after that. I actually like got up and screamed and like cried. They had to pause the movie and everything. We're in our camper watching it, and it's a part where Jason Voorhees like smashes through a window where a guy's hiding, and grabs his head and squishes his head, and his eyeballs popped out. And I just like, because it's like jarring. You didn't realize that he was like right behind the window. You just fucking, and he's like 3 times the size of a big dude. So he just fucks him up and squeezes eyeballs out of his head, and it comes at the camera because it's like a 3D movie. We didn't have 3D glasses or nothing on, but still, the effect still got me.
Tyler, you want to scooch over to your left a tiny little bit? Perfect.
American Werewolf.
American Werewolf.
I remember watching not the old one, the newer one, American Werewolf in Paris. That came out in 1997. So okay, I would have been 10 years old, or 11 years old. My brothers rented that movie from St. Anna and then brought it home, and that one freaked me out because like werewolves scared me already, and then that one, like, as real as everything looked back then, it still freaked me out too as well. Because that movie was very heavy on the realistic effects, and that really cemented like the fear of like, oh my god, this could be real at 10, 11 years old, right? So yeah, that freaked me out.
Yeah. Even the first Jurassic Park, I was allowed to watch it really young. That freaked me out a lot. Especially the
Same.
spitter
Yeah.
getting
See, that
Wayne
didn't
Knight.
terrify me as much. Just the T-Rex was the most that really scared me the most. That sense of like this giant creature, so much bigger than you, could just swallow you up in one thing. That really scared me the most. Yeah, that was terrifying.
Yeah, I think that the scariest part for me, like, yeah, the T-Rex was scary, but I think
Mhm.
just the like how cute the spitter was at the start. It's like playful, and then he's like trying to play fetch with it, and it just keeps following him and
Yeah.
following him, and he gets into his thing, and he's like, "Why the heck isn't this thing leaving me alone?" And then like it just flares open and spits that black stuff, and he starts screaming, and I'm just like, "Oh, this is like that was horrifying for me as a
Mhm.
kid. That really messed me up." The T-Rex is like, "Oh, it's big and scary." Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that yeah.
That's straight to the point, right? But
Mhm.
that little spitter was just so like,
Yeah.
"Give me what I want or I'll kill you." Or playing with his food or something, like,
Yeah,
holy crap.
just playing with his food pretty much. Yeah, was the whole mindset with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
hmm
Nice, very nice. Yeah, and then you finished off his message here. Just next movie clips, perhaps a spooky selection, and definitely, most definitely,
Most definitely talk about something spooky.
A spooky movie.
And then you did send me a message, a picture of the Halloween tree on DVD that he had. He's like, "Good movie." I'm like, "Yes, it is."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You were talking about that a while ago.
Yeah.
I never even heard of it.
Same.
Like, never even,
Oh,
never
might
even
have
heard
to
of it.
watch it for movie club.
No, jeez.
Oh, made for TV movie. Oh, great.
So, hey, it's a Hanna Barbera cartoon, all right?
Oh, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Still.
We got two movie clubs in October, I think, don't we?
Yeah,
I
we
guess we
should.
do.
The
Actually, don't we
12th and
have
the 26th.
Yes. November we have 3. That's what it was.
You never know. Anyways, Nicole asks, "Who is the ultimate greatest of all time across all sports?" This is a very un-Nicole-like question, but
Okay.
Like someone that can play all sports,
I don't know, just like
or
Good
the
all-around athlete.
one athlete that stands out of all the athletes, like
yeah,
the greatest of all
maybe
time.
something like that. Somebody who's like, it's like he's better at basketball than so and so is better at football or something like that, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I feel like the GOAT of all time that he just annihilated is Wayne Gretzky. Like, there's nobody that will ever come
Definitely up
close to
there.
how great he was. Like, because skating to him was just like
It just
he
came.
was born. He was born
Yeah.
into it, crafted by it.
It's crazy that
Molded
like
by it.
that he has the like if you take away all his goals, he's still the highest point leader of all time, which is like
Yeah,
insane. So,
yeah. I don't even like hockey, but I just know like of the legend of the Wayne Gretzky,
Yeah.
the GOAT, literally the GOAT. I think that's what it started with. That term was with him, wasn't it? Maybe.
Sure.
I
he
feel like the
definitely
first
had
time I heard,
the great one moniker, so
yeah, for sure.
I think
I
probably
feel like the
start with
first
him.
time I heard that term was referring to
Gretzky.
him.
Yeah, the great one.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve
And-
Austin. Just kidding. No. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say probably like Wayne Gretzky's definitely up there. Michael Jordan's up there for sure.
Jordan was what I was thinking.
He was
yeah.
a close second, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He's just an alien, man. Like he would just.
He
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it
didn't
boggled the
look real when
mind
he was
how
playing.
good he
It was
was.
like he was cheating the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
He was so good at basketball. They're like, "You want a movie with Bugs Bunny?"
Yeah.
He's like,
Sure.
hell yeah.
Well, such a good athlete too that he could transition to playing baseball, and if it wasn't for the strike, he probably would have been pro within a year to 2 years. Like that's how fucking good of an athlete he is. Period. Right. So
Yeah. Just a super soldier.
yeah, just trained to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Born
And he
and bred.
never lost in the finals. He was 6-0. Of course, he didn't make the finals every year, but still.
But yeah, every time they made it on. But yeah. Yeah.
All right, and then last one here is from Erin. She says, what is your favorite grade in school?
Jim.
What was your favorite grade? No,
Favorite grade.
Favorite grade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Grade 12.
Grade 12.
Was a fucking great year for me. Yeah, I
Grade
felt like
3.
grade 10 and grade 11, I struggled through. 12, shit was figured out where I could just coast by and still graduate. Perfect.
Yeah.
My lazy ass had a hell of a time in grade 12.
Things just went downhill from grade 3 and up for me. But grade 3 is the highlight of my school life. It was because we moved schools from Ashmont to Maleg.
Oh, yeah.
And when I had left, it was pretty shitty situation from what we left. And so going to grade 3 and having our teacher, Mrs. Bouchard, was just like, I was like,
Oh, she's a
if
saint.
heaven existed in real life, you walk through her classroom door and you walk in there and she's there. That's
Yeah.
heaven right there.
That-
You are
it's-
in the best place you'll ever be in.
That is
Ever.
not wrong. Absolutely.
And I felt safe, happy, excited, and just like, yeah,
Mhm.
it was amazing. Grade 3 was the best ever for me.
I might have to
I had her-
agree. Grade 3 was pretty great for me too. Like it was like the last year of like you're still kind of you're still a kid, but it's like school's still not too serious at grade 3, and then like after 4, it's like okay, now we're getting into like division and stuff like that, and it's like oh fuck.
You're moving from coloring inside the lines to
Yeah.
drawing things now and writing words and sentences and stuff and story time and shit like that. Yeah, that was fucking lit.
Yeah, there's a lot more arts and crafts in grade 3.
Yeah, lots of presentations, which I was huge on. I liked presenting. I like to perform in front of people and be stupid.
Yeah, they got
and I was encouraged. I was encouraged for it.
They
So
got rid of show and tell after grade 3.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I thought we had something like that in grade 3, 4. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just remembered like when I was writing and how she encouraged me to write, and then she let me read in front of the class what I wrote, and that was just like, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. Great.
Nice.
Yeah,
she's sweet.
That's the end of the questions.
Wow.
So but I got a question.
Okay.
The question is Tyler.
Uh-oh.
How'd you like Dave?
So when I started watching it, as soon as Dave started talking, I instantly thought of somebody. Instantly.
Oh.
My youngest brother. To a T. The way he talks, he's meticulous, he's super smart, and he just like, he's so sarcastic and he just degrades people. But like backs up all of the reasons why he's doing it so that he doesn't like get blamed for anything, and he's just kind of like, well, I'll do like this. I mean, I'm not, right wing thinking like you, blah, 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 blah. And he's just like the way he talks and how he's so condescending when he talks and so super sarcastic that I'm like, oh, so it's already off to a kind of a rough start for me for that. But then all the sexual stuff started happening, and I'm like, half of it's relatable, most of it's fucking hilarious, and like just. And he's making stupid decisions, and just like, I'm like, oh my God, like this, a lot of this is really familiar to me. Like a lot of it was really relatable to me. Like, especially like him being so like, worried about how his penis looks because of his surgery. Then I thought of somebody else after that, but I'm not going to say who that person is because and I'm like, oh my God. So I thought that was actually really hilarious. And like how after he finally showed her, and she's like, okay, fine, like whatever, I don't care, right? Like, and he was just so fucking worried about it and everything too, and how it's all mentality and stuff. Like, I don't know, like it was so much stuff. Like it's hilarious, and it's also like super fucking awkward, like really cringy too, but like and relatable, and so clever. Like it was just a whole soup of everything. And there's like celebrities. Like I'm just like, man, and I burned through like 4 episodes like so fast. It just, I don't know. It was a lot, and I was gonna keep watching it, but it was already super late, and I'm like, fuck, I better shut it off. So I'm definitely gonna finish it because it's got me now. But
Nice.
yeah, no, it's good. It's good. That's good.
Yeah. Whenever I think
Solid.
of some jokes, it just cracks me up still.
Oh,
Like the tuna fish
milk
and
me.
somebody sucked me from the
Or
fourth
somebody
episode.
sucked me. Yeah,
That from
somebody
the
sucked me.
that one's pretty great.
We're
Eric
gonna go
didn't see
viral.
it, but it's pretty good.
Mm.
Comes up with his
Oh,
own.
that's the 4th episode.
Mm.
Yeah. Is it like TikTok? Is that what he does? Or
Something like that, yeah. And they're in the library.
yeah.
Makes him do it, and he's like, "No, I didn't get it. Do it again." I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" But he actually did. He's just trying to see if he'd actually do it again. Oh my god. Oh, and taking a bath together. What the fuck
Yeah,
is that
that was
about?
weird. Yeah.
Like, we're bathtub buddies. And I thought they were just like joking. I'm like, "Oh my god, they're actually bathtub buddies." Like, this is fucked up. It's so funny. The super gay shit is just that stuff I laughed at. And the milking table was so fucking funny, man. Holy shit. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad at least one of us liked it. Besides Eric.
Yeah.
Not that I don't
That's
like Eric about it, but
That's all right.
shame on you. No, I'm kidding.
Not everything's for everybody.
It's
fine.
true. It's true.
It's a lot. It's a very specific type of humor.
It is.
For sure. And I can see like how it won't appeal to some people. But like I found myself like shaking my head, but I was smiling the whole time I was shaking my head. So it's not like, oh, what the fuck is it? Like it's just like, what the fuck is this? But it's like I need to know what happens after this. So it's like, yeah. And his raps are actually really fucking good too.
Yeah.
Like he just fucking lays it down pretty good. Oh, and then the funeral thing. Oh my god. I was like so worried the whole time. I was cringing like Jesus fucking Christ. And then Macklemore comes in. I'm like, oh my god. Macklemore's in this? What the fuck is happening in this show?
He's
Yeah.
like, this is mine, right?
He's like,
Like, you're the sound guy, right? He's like, no. I'm like, well, just make sure my shit's loud.
yeah, exactly. Just make sure my shit's loud. Yeah. Ah, fuck. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's the only questions that I had. You guys want to hear about my basketball game?
Sure.
Yes.
Who
love
won?
to hear about that.
I have no idea.
Who won? The Raptors won by
Pretty good, too.
32, 34,
Yeah,
something like that.
Damn,
110 to 83 or something like that.
Yeah.
I kept
You would
seeing highlights during work, but I couldn't actually watch anything, unfortunately, because I was just too busy back and forth. But yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
there's quite a bit of difference too between them.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
you had said before that they're playing against a team that's been
It was on
losing.
the weaker
Like,
side. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
they
lot.
played against Utah Jazz, who basically they were like number one team like 2 years ago. Like in the they had like they were really good. They had really good players, but they just like been going to the playoffs and just choking in the playoffs the last couple of years. So, and like the two like main stars like hated each other. So they're like, well, this isn't gonna work. So they essentially were just like, fuck it. Do we like just get rid of one and then kind of do a partial rebuild? So they're like, oh fuck it, just total tear down, get rid of everybody, get all the draft picks, and then we'll just press reset essentially. So
yeah,
they did that. So it's kind of like I was reading an article that they like predicted the score is going to be like 108 to 100, and I was like, it's like, they ain't not going to be that close, I don't think. But like after the half, I think it was the Raptors only had a 1 point lead. They were playing pretty sloppy there at the beginning, which I mean, like it's the first preseason game, so that's to be expected, I guess. But I was like, oh, maybe it might be close. Then yeah, after that, it just they were the Utah team was like still playing some of their starters, and like the Raptors were like on their third bench unit already, and they kept like increasing the score on them and stuff like that. So it was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good. Got to the game like about an hour early. Found our seats, and like, unfortunately, it was a little like I'm a bigger dude, so it was a bit too tight of a squeeze for me. Like my legs were just like right up against the back of the seat, so I was like, this is not gonna be comfortable if I have to sit here for like 2 hours or something like that. So I was pretty upset. I thought like, oh shit, we're gonna have to fucking leave or something like that. But we actually went to guest services, and they were able to relocate my seat to one of those like you guys were at Rogers Place, like around the lower bowl they have the bar seating and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep.
So they were able to have one seat at that bar. So they sat me there. Unfortunately, that meant I couldn't sit next to my dad, so he had to sit like in his original seat. So
Oh yeah.
so the guy was a little disappointing, but essentially, like,
Mhm.
I went from behind one of the baskets to like center court,
Wow.
at like the top of the lower bowl. So I had like a really good seat, and then I was like, oh, I'm comfortable. It's good to watch. So, my dad, we like, yeah, watched the whole game. Really great presentation. It like felt like an NBA game. Like they brought the mascots and like the cheerleaders out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Raptor, the mascot, man, he was funny. He was doing some cool stuff. At one point, he like put on like this big inflatable suit, and he's just like fucking vibrating around and jiggling around, running around. And like at one point, he like lays down on the ground, and like the suit's so big enough that he like is able to like move around in there, and then essentially like put the costume up on top of his head, but he's like still standing up in there like normal. So he's like jumping up and down, but it looks like it's bouncing on top of his head, like pogoing and
Jeez.
stuff. So it was like, it was pretty funny. And then yeah, the game was, like I said, it was sloppy at the beginning, but it was cool to see all the players I watched on TV. And like also it didn't feel real at a lot of times. I was like, I have to like remind myself, like, these are the Raptors that you're watching. You're not just watching like
some junior A.
Yeah.
Yeah, some AAA midget league. No, this is the shit, man.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like,
This
that's
is a real
different
deal.
from my TV.
Yeah. Being there in person, yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. Yeah, pretty much my whole family went to that thing too, and then I saw on Facebook everybody's posting pictures from that game. I'm like, holy fuck! Like a lot of people went to that game. I guess that doesn't happen very often, does it?
No.
Yeah.
So
Jared went. I saw him. We were
yeah,
walking through the concourse, and he saw me. He stopped me. He said, "Hey, what's up?" And then
yeah.
yeah, that place was packed. Like it's the most packed. I've never been to a hockey game there, so I'm sure it's probably full then. But
yeah, it's pretty packed.
like for when we went to wrestling, they closed off like most of the
bowl?
top and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was like full all the way up to the top and
Was it
everywhere.
That's crazy.
Well,
yeah.
they had like they blanket off something just because like the way the stage is. And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
they did. There was more seating on the floor. That's right. That's what it is. Because like the upper bowl, I think when wrestling was all closed off, but they had more seats lower toward on the stage too as well, right? So that was full toward the bottom. That's right. That's right. Like, I remember being pretty packed at wrestling. And hockey was packed to the Oilers game in April, but that's can be pretty big.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the crowd was great. The crowd was cheering and stuff like that, and it was like, yeah, it was a great atmosphere. I thought so.
Cool.
Definitely will go again if they come back. Or now the goal is to check out a game actually in Toronto at some point. That'd be cool.
Actually, go to Toronto for a home game. Ooh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
should be wild.
Yep.
And expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these tickets are too like going for crazy, like $400-$500 just for like lower bowl tickets, $2,000 for like courtside stuff. It's like, holy man, crazy.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, great time. So it was good.
There you go. Very cool, man.
What about you guys? You guys have a fun weekend?
I worked Saturday, then just midge on Sunday, but it was quick. But yeah, Carly and I played another Warhammer game finally after a long time.
Did a bit of a hiatus there, yeah.
Yeah. So
It was in like I was thinking too, like I should text Tyler. We should play a game in a while, but
we need
your
to.
schedule. But I really want. I haven't played a game since like March, so like I really
Yeah.
want to go.
wow.
So like
Yeah.
this week I should be staying in Bonnyville, coming home every night at a normal-ish hour. So
Nice.
Yeah.
So that'll be fucking nice because I've been like out in like Edmonton working for a biofuel company, and then I was up at Christina Lake doing casing bowls. I did like 26 these casing bowls in a week. You only have 3 heaters. You can only do 6 a day. It's like, oh my god. So that was just I was stuck there doing fuck all,
Yeah.
sitting around. So it was just kind of annoying. But so now we have lots of work to do at the shop. So we'll be
good.
coming home.
I guess it's a good time for it now because now when everything's cooling off, now you want to be close by, right? So
Yes.
yeah, why?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cold. Why go out, right?
But once it snows, I can just feel it. It's gonna be so busy. Ugh,
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Gotta make money.
Yeah. Get your
And
shit.
yeah, how was staying in the the hotel with Leia and Carly and stuff like that?
Well, it was majestic for the first 2 nights, and then I'm like, you guys are never coming to visit me again in a hotel because, well, so the third day, I think it was the third day, I came back. We had a really shitty day that day. The paint gun wasn't working properly. We made a huge mess up in this like top tier like facility. So it has like metal grating and stuff. Like the paint gun wasn't shooting, and then sometimes it would just spray, and it got like on some of the equipment that we
Ooh.
weren't supposed to be on. And it's just like, holy fuck! And this shit's like legit, corrosion proof, acid proof, whatever stuff. So we had to like wipe it down very quickly, and even then, it was already starting to cure already really quickly. And we were just having like nothing but fucking issues like all day. So I was really grumpy. Mostly grumpy because the guy who was spraying was really grumpy and was like just when you get mad and you're so fucking livid and you're looking around and you look at the first person that you see in front of you, even though he has nothing to fucking do with anything that's happening, you just
Yeah.
start yelling at him. That's
Yep.
pretty much what was happening. Even though they didn't mean any of it, and I knew they were mad and whatever, like they're just hold the hose, do this, grab this, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, you got it. I'm like, fuck, man. And we're all freaking out, and of course they got reps and safety watch guys watching us, and makes us look like a bunch of fucking clowns because we don't know what we're doing, right? So we're all stressed out. So anyway, long day. We get back to the hotel. I come back and I'm like, holy man, I could use a beer or whatever, right? I walk in. Carly's mad. And I'm like, okay, now what the fuck's going on? Leia's whining and just being super miserable. I'm like, okay, what the fuck, man? Like, what is happening here? And then Carly's like, well, and I'm like, I'm looking around and there's fucking towels all over with like these weird brown stains on them. I'm like, what the fuck happened in here? And then Carly says, well, we got back from the pool and Leia was naked getting ready to change and she sat in front of her dollhouse on the carpet and took a massive shit right on the carpet. Like a monster shit. And I'm like, what? She shit on the floor? Where the fuck were you when this happened? So I'm mad at Carly. Like, what the fuck? I'm not going to get my deposit back. Like, fuck, what the fuck? I'm like freaking out and whatever. So she used fucking towels from the white towels to wipe it up. I'm like, what the fuck? And what dimension would this make any fucking sense? No dimension. So I'm trying really hard not to say something really fucking mean, right? Because I'm so fucking mad. I'm like, holy Christ. So like there's like an actual closet room that has like towel exchange and stuff. I just put them in a bag, threw them in there, grabbed new towels without anybody noticing. Well, I'm sure there's fucking security cameras and stuff.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm like, fuck this, man. I'm not letting fucking housekeeping come in here and like, holy fuck, there's shit everywhere. I'm like, holy fuck.
Wow.
Well, that's when I said you guys are not coming for my next stint in Edmonton if this is gonna happen again. And then it was just kind of like miserable the last few days there because Leia was like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like it
Yeah,
was
the
really fun the
ran
first 2
out.
nights.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. The novelty wore off really fast.
Yep.
And yeah,
A little bit of
So-
cabin fever, all that stuff. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
pretty
I can
much.
imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, and our Chromecast wasn't working because I don't know what it is with hotels. I think there's like a firewall in there that you
Could
can't,
be.
because like the Chromecast would connect to it, but then it wouldn't let me stream anything on there. It would say that they're not on the same Wi-Fi, even though I'm on the Wi-Fi.
I
have
think
the
they have
password.
like limiters built in that way
Yeah.
you can't like just like rob
Yeah.
their Wi-Fi, their signal and
Yeah.
have all the service. Yeah, no, I think there's something
Yeah.
like that.
So I had to hook up my computer to the HDMI cord. Luckily, I had one and did that, but watched YouTube, I guess, a bit.
Mm,
Fuck, man.
yeah.
But I make it sound like it was a nightmare. It wasn't like that the whole time. Like it was fun. We went shopping. We went to the pool and whatever. And the guys brought VR. We played some VR games, and Leia played VR too. And she was fucking tripping balls and that. And that was actually really funny. She did the walk the plank one where you walk out on that.
Oh
plank.
yeah.
And she was like holding hands. I actually have a video of it. I'll have to send it to you guys. And she's like
Dude.
trying to take like steps. And she's like, she was like vibrating and shaking and like doing like, somebody hold my hand, help me. And she would like turn around and sit down. Like she's sitting in the VR elevator. And she was like scooching on her butt to get to the edge where the plank was. Because she was so like sure that it was,
Wow.
oh, crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if this is going to scar her or not. But
You didn't push her, so I guess not, right?
no, I
So
didn't do that. I did that
that
to
would have
Carly,
scarred her
though.
probably.
I did that to Carly, and I think she peed a little bit when I did that to her. The guys were laughing pretty hard, but yeah. So
Mhm.
that was my Edmonton trip. Yeah, so it was exciting times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Eric, any crazy
No,
stories?
they're pretty low key this weekend. Stayed in St. Paul. Just hung out here. My nephew had a volleyball tournament here in town, junior high volleyball tournament. So I went and watched a few games of that, and yeah, no, they did. They good. They got bronze overall, so pretty good there. So it's like this is like their first year. Did they have ball last year? Then they started having ball, then COVID things came in, so it kind of got mixed up, or it wasn't as long. So this year is actually planned out properly, where they have training and practices and games lined up again now. So and we can go and watch again too. Last year we couldn't watch, so it was nice to finally go and watch and go cheer on the Malag Stingers again, like old times, and yeah, so it was fun. Good old Malag Stingers, man. No, so yeah, I got my niece playing volleyball on Wednesday here in town again, so I'll watch her, and then just keep an eye on that for a little while. Yeah, should be fun.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well,
cool.
Any final thoughts or anything else to share before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Nope.
Have you guys watched that new Jeffrey Dahmer series yet?
I'm not going to.
Really?
The documentary or the movie?
The show, the TV show, the series on Netflix.
Yeah, because there's a documentary series and then there's
it just came out. It just came out like last week or so. It stars what's his name from
American Horror Story.
No,
X-Men.
X-Men, yeah. So
so that's the one you're talking about, the actual.
Yes, that one, yeah. So
I haven't seen it yet.
Everyone at work talks about it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that's really fucked up. So I'm like, yeah. Dahmer, of course, it's gonna be fucked up.
Obviously, it's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm a little burnt out on all the true crime stuff right now.
There's a lot of it on Netflix, man. Like, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's the hottest market right now on Netflix, man.
Though.
It is, yeah. People love learning about cycles. I don't know what it is with them, but yeah, they love watching that shit.
Mm-hmm. If you're a fan of the true crime stuff and you don't want to feel despair and horror
engrossed,
watch American Vandal.
That's
fuck
classic.
Next best thing. Did you ever watch season 2 of that?
No, I didn't. No.
Season 2 arguably better than the first season.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I wonder if Carly's seen the first season. I wonder if we were together when that came out. That was a long time
ago.
No
way. Oh, man. I love that show.
American Vandal.
Oh, fuck. It's so funny. And it's acted like it's so serious, too, man. It's so funny.
Who spray painted the dicks on the teachers' cars?
Yeah. In the staff parking lot, yeah. And then the second season is somebody put something in the cafeteria food right? Everybody's
they put
everywhere.
like crazy laxatives in somewhere.
I've heard of it. I never saw it. I've heard of this though. I've seen clips and I've heard of it. Yeah.
The cool thing about like this second season is that they just like released the footage of the brownout or whatever is what they called it. They just released the footage of that without like any context, like on like just a random social media account. So people are like thought it was real, like it was like
I fell for it. I saw it on YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck is this? When did this happen? Like, what the fuck? These kids are crying and they're just like projectiles shitting all over the hallways and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, somebody poisoned all these fucking kids? And then it's like, oh, it's a teaser.
Yeah, it's great viral marketing. But
yeah, that's very good. That's prime viral marketing right there.
Genius.
Yeah.
So, like interviewing the students, like first the bathroom stalls all got started taking, and then you looked, garbage cans were all gone. It's like I had to shit in somebody's locker, man.
I gotta watch that one.
I gotta check that out now
because I like my poop jokes a lot, so I think I would enjoy that one.
It is really good. And then they ended up canceling it. If I remember that, they're like, but what they ended up doing another thing that I heard about, because they were actually one of the producers of American Vandal is one of the producers on Dave actually.
Oh really?
Yeah. Their new one, Players, is their new one. It's I guess it's on Paramount Plus, but it's a mockumentary, another like mockumentary style about an esports team, League of Legends team, apparently. And apparently that's also like really funny as well. So
really? What's it called?
Players.
Players.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got pretty good reviews.
Oops, come on.
Yeah. So I might check that out. I think it's only Paramount Plus,
Paramount
though,
Plus,
which is
yeah.
Oh yeah.
kind of shitty, but.
Hmm.
Oh well. All right. Well,
Mhm.
I guess that'll do it for today's podcast. We're gonna record another episode right away here. We're gonna talk about Rings of Power, episode 6, and that'll go up on Wednesday. And then Friday we'll do, I guess, monthly recap for Friday. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll do it. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you're listening on podcast service, you can subscribe and leave us a rating as well. And then head over to our Facebook page. Like the page. You can submit a question for next month. Ask us anything, and we'll figure out what movie we're watching for Movie Club, and we'll let you know as well. And yeah, that'll do it. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Adios. Goodbye.
See ya.
See you guys.